But let's cross over to Willem Marx. He's live in West Jerusalem. Willem, so we know that in times of war, Israel's reservists make up the backbone of the army. So what more are Israeli officials saying about this huge mobilization?
Well, Darren, here in Israel, the majority of people are required at some point in their early years to participate in national service. Many of them do so inside the military, and that means there's a huge pool of active reservists available to the military if required. We've been hearing about that effort by the military to call up some of those reservists, and of course, because they said that the possibility of a ground invasion of Gaza could not be ruled out early on after these attacks, the military said that all options were on the table. The vast forces, particularly infantry forces, required to carry out that course of action was reflected in comments from an Israeli military spokesperson.
We have amassed around 100,000 reserve troops who are currently in southern Israel, preparing to execute the task that the Israeli government has designated the IDF to do. Our job is to make sure that at the end of this war, Hamas will no longer have any military capabilities to threaten Israeli civilians with. And in addition to that, we are also to make sure that Hamas will not be able to govern the Gaza Strip.
And Willem, the Israeli cabinet's now officially declared war on Gaza, but what are the latest political developments in Israel?
Well, Darren, it's worth noting that, of course, Benjamin Netanyahu, as Prime Minister here, retains a very narrow governing majority inside Israel's parliament, the Knesset. Later this morning, in a couple of hours' time, representatives of his party, Likud, will be meeting with representatives of the former Defence Minister, Benny Gantz, to discuss the possibility of Mr. Gantz participating in an emergency government. That's something we do see here in Israel during times of conflict. Another very senior opposition leader, Yair Lapid, has said that he would only be willing to participate in that kind of unity government if certain members of Mr. Netanyahu's cabinet, members of right-wing parties that he's allied himself with following last year's election, if they are forced to resign from the current government.
All right, Willem Marx, live for us there in West Jerusalem. Willem, thank you.